So my Reliant is coming along okay. I've got some issues with my decals, but this is it so far. I can't remember what I did since last time, but I know what I need to do. I'm gonna take this decal that goes around the bridge here, this thing. I'm just gonna take that off and I'm gonna paint this because it looks like crap. I'm gonna touch up my red there. A couple of pieces came off and I was like, just kind of messing with it. So yeah, the decals are okay. I can't really fault them that though, because this is the original release kit and these are the decals that were meant for the re-release. So there are some issues with. I know the bridge was retooled, the thickness of the saucer section was retooled. So I'm looking at some of the decals to go on here, and it's like, yeah, they're like the ones right here. They're gonna require a lot of cutting and stuff. But yeah, they're going on pretty good. They're all pretty shiny and everything. Haven't put any kind of a clear coat on them yet. They snug down pretty good. Just it looks like on the directions, looks like there's like a slight gap. I know it represents this raised portion right here, but I left a little bit of gap at the base of that also. But there's like a huge overlap, which I've cut it off for the most part, that goes over the edge of down into the sensor ring area, because the overhang goes down like halfway, which is just like a 1/16 or maybe even 1/8. It'd be okay, but it is just too much. So I'm just gonna lop off the top decals right here on the front edge of the saucer, and then I'll use the saucer decals in there. If they overlap on the bottom, then I'll probably leave them alone. I don't think I'll lop them off because it's kind of problematic. Get them nice and even. I keep on washing this thing out, but yeah, it's pretty good. The painting's pretty much done. I just got to do my detail painting in here. I got some washes and dry brushing I'm going to do on there. This is actually going to probably come off and get painted, mainly due to the fact that this part chipped right there when I was trying to get some of the excess off because I didn't trim the decal too close. Yeah, no, rookie new mistake. And when I was messing around, it just took the whole chunk out. So I was like, eh. And anytime you try to like repair it with anything, the way this decal film is, you can tell right away that it's been messed with. But on the other side, it looks awesome. I got my Reliant decal, which came with the I think I may have shown this already. Came with the kit. My block there that I was holding up with. That's on there just to check and see the color. And then the underside is pretty much done as far as the saucer area. And then I've got the sensor dome is right here. It'll come into focus. And you can kind of make out the decals that are on there. And I kind of painted the underside. Why? Why not? Kind of want to check out my copper, see how it was going to look, and I was just kind of messing around with some paint. So I painted that in there, and the glass I just kind of dropped in. It's not glued in yet or anything. But man, that light's really funky. So yeah, that's it for that. Right there. The roll bar is actually out in my garage, drying right now. So I can't show you that. But it's coming along kind of slow because I'm having to redo some stuff and all that. But I did get, this has been like the biggest pain in the butt right here. I did pretty much get my the aft end of the Reliant painted. I just got to drop in my inserts that I made for the engines because I lost the originals. That's all decaled. The lights, the yellow part right there, I just took the basic kit part and I painted the back yellow, as well as part of the knob that goes into the white back bulkhead here, and just made sure I left the front open, and so it gives a little bit of a glowish kind of a look to it, at least in person anyway. And then I'll drop a little bit of crystal clear on top of it, so because they don't come all the way out, they're really recessed, and so I just dropped some crystal clear in there, kind of bringing that lens a little bit closer to the front. And number 2 shuttle bay looks really good. Number 1 not so much because I had to clean it up and stuff and just kind of said eh. I just painted my the black inside the impulse engine area there with my airbrush. It's the first time I got to use it, as well as painting the little radiator panels, the cooler grill areas there on these. And this just got sanded, so I just got to do my copper. I got to just double check and make sure this structure looks good on the front of the nacelle. And then this I painted with a butt ton, and it's not 100% even, of the Tamiya clear blue, and I just painted it until it started to collect inside the grooves there. So I have to come back and do another color now. I'm just going to leave it like that. I might have to go back and touch up some spots where it got sanded a little bit when I was going through, getting off some of the excess, because this bled through really bad around here, and I just sanded it off. I had so much white primer on underneath that I could sand off a bunch of the blue and the white would never really show. So I got both of those pretty much done. Just got copper. Finish sanding and filling this front of the nacelle structure. Paint that area, and I'll probably, before I do that, after I sand it and all that, I'll probably go ahead and tape this stuff off and go ahead and give it its white pearlescent so it matches the rest of the ship. I'm not really doing it really heavy or anything. I'm just doing it as a kind of like as a primer gloss coat, and then I'll come back doing gloss on top of that before I do the decals. So I'll do that. I'll test fit my nacelles on there, and I'll see if I got to putty this seam up because it keeps on popping loose. So I have to run a bunch of glue in there and all that. But yeah, so far it's actually going pretty good. It's going a lot slower than I expected. But of course, I've been having to build my work area as well. It's been forever since I've done any of this stuff. I'm going to set this upside down because I just glued it. But yeah, pretty good. And also went in online and got one of the Polar Light stands for it, which I'll probably go ahead and use. I'll use the standard little nub on there, see how that works out. I really wish I had had this stand before. Well, wouldn't have mattered because the upper and lower halves were like welded together like forever ago. So yeah, I don't want to use the skis if I don't have to. But I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to put some kind of reinforcement on the inside, because I still have the back of the ship is open. So if I can, let me get this out of the way. If I can drill out the hole, I'm going to kind of like tape stuff together to see where that sweet spot is. Unless somebody wants to give me a diagram or something like that. But I'll figure out where that sweet spot is, drill my hole, mount it on there, see how it's going to fit, and then I'm probably going to try to like make a little part, like just a little socket to go in there that's going to go across to both halves of the upper and lower hull, just to give it that much more strength. And I'll just have it rest on top of here. I'm not sure how about the paint's going to go on this. I'm going to try to do like a Mutara Nebula kind of look to it, or a Genesis Planet, like a fake Earth kind of thing on there, or if I'm just going to leave it black. So suggestions would be helpful, and links to your guys' stuff. Haven't started doing the phasers yet, but man, these decals really snug down over the phaser banks. So I'm probably going to do at least one phaser bank on the bottom side, and just to see how it goes. But it looks like that the thing is painted. I don't know how it looks on the video here. You can see my crappy red stripes that didn't exactly fit the contours right, but I'll touch that up with a little bit of a marker, or if I've got some more red striping, then maybe I'll just take off that bottom stripe and redo it. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but it's got a couple of the nicks in it too. But aside from that, aside from the red nicks and the decals not fitting, which I expected, not too bad. Kind of wish I'd paid more attention to these things, these little fillet things that fit in right there, that triangle. Kind of wish I'd paid attention, more attention to those, but they're just kind of in there. They're kind of crappy from the back. I'll probably fill them on the bottom, because on the bottom you can just see the little T shape there. Probably just fill that in and touch it up by hand, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how much airbrushing I feel like doing with this white color. But yeah. So I got about 3 or 4 things to fix. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my officer's lounge windows there at the back of the B deck, C deck, whatever it is there. The initial bump below the bridge. That's right there by that great looking thing. I gotta figure out what I'm going to do with the windows there. If I'm going to try to make a decal, or if I'm going to try to paint it, if I'm going to try to, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I may just draw it, actually. I may just draw in the windows and fill them in with Sharpie and leave it like that. Maybe put some crystal clear on it. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But, yep, so far so good. And, hey, thanks for watching. I'm not sure when my next update's going to be. Hopefully I'll have this thing painted, mostly decaled, with just the nacelles to go back on, because I can put my sensor dome on the bottom, but I'm not, so it doesn't get messed up until it finally gets stuck onto the, or getting ready to go onto the stand, because I don't want that silver to get messed up. That's like the point where it rests at right now is on the bottom. So yeah, a little more work, a lot more decals, and a couple of corrections, and the Reliant will be done there. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and any comments, advice, etc. would be helpful. Alright, take it easy.